Did you see like that story that the dude talked about the most unethical thing he was ever asked to build at Twitter? And it was like some shit where they basically they like I think it was like telecom companies were saying like, nah, we want the exact precise location of where these motherfuckers be leaving their house at and going to work. We get to some other companies, we should get it from you. And the managers is pushing them, and the engineers like, fuck out of here. I'm not building that. It's crazy. The manager's like, yo, give them what they want, give them what they want. So the engineer called up Jack, and Jack was like, "No, nigga, get the fuck out of here!" Like
Yep, yep, yep.
that shit was hella funny.
But I
And I'm
could
like,
see Elon doing that, no problem. Are you kidding me?
I
And
actually,
the sentence that you said there is, "We get this from other companies. We expect it from you."
I don't know.
What other companies?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you what other companies. The other companies whose apps that you use every single day, multiple times a day, everywhere you go.
The way he phrased
Google.
it though, he was just bluffing. But he could be not. He could be.
No, it's a fact. Like,
There's I think the best, at least for a time, the best location tracking algorithm was Grinder. Right, the gay dating app, the
Still
gay
is.
dating and sex app.
you can see who's
And it
20
was-
feet away from you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that one. It was so intense. I mean, people were like saying how like because it can show you who's in a radius and how distant they are from you, so you can sort of triangulate people. And so I remember there was this one. This guy was like, "Hey, I think I'm at your place," and he's like, "Huh? I didn't even tell you my address yet." And he like took a picture, and it was like he was like on the outside of the house, and he got a picture, and it was the corner of the house that the guy was in.
Yo,
So I
get the
remember-
fuck off my lawn, nigga. Like
I mean, at that point, what do you do? Like, fucking put your fucking phone in the fucking foil case, and I'm saying, I'm at the point where I know it's some bullshit happening, but I'm like,
Well, you could
doing.
use-
I feel like I do enough to protect myself from that. Like knowing about, like me being knowledgeable also adds to my kind of laissez-faire. This like whatever, like you know what I'm saying, you'll never get me. Or like like there's 17,000 other people that's doing what I'm doing. Good luck finding me in this whole fucking pool. So I'm like, yeah, but I can see how it's a thing, you know. It's a he said took a picture of the corner of my crib.
Yeah.
but nah, I ain't gonna hold you.
Yo, you know what my profile pic would be right after that? It would be like the first two would be like, you know what I'm saying, it would be like pictures of guns, like shotguns laid across. and like I'm American warrior with a big ass eagle. The first two motherfuckers is not coming to the corner of my house doing nothing.
That shit is crazy. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I forgot what podcast I was watching. Where it was like two gay dudes. These motherfuckers were funny as hell, but they were talking about grinder stories. And it was this one dude that was like, he don't be dating and shit like that, but his homie told him to like get on Grinder, and he found out that motherfuckers was going crazy on there. Like you know how your homegirl tell you to get on Tinder, and you're like, get yourself a man, girl, and then girl going. Yeah, he was going through the same thing. He was like, yeah, I'll be dating like that, but let me check out what Grinder about. And it was like, nigga, it's a different world, boy. It's a bit like motherfuckers was like, yo, I'll fuck you in the Macy's bathroom right now. He's like, yo, relax. Like
yeah. Garbage.
yo, but I ain't gonna hold you, Roy.
But hold on, Devin. Don't you think that's like, I feel like that's some bullshit. No, now I feel like that's everybody's fucking story. Oh, my friend told me to get on this app and blah. Like in my experience,
I mean,
like
it is.
niggas is not telling their friends, oh, get on the what's the name? Get on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's only the ones I feel sorry for. Like, goddamn, dude, here, get on fucking, get
Look,
on this shit.
yo, today defense. I don't be with, because I'll be honest with you. Obviously, me and you not gonna be chilling in a room and be like, yo, nigga, get on Tinder. You gonna find yourself a shorty. Like we gonna be like, yo, nigga, gonna find some, somebody to fuck on there. You should be alright. You know what I'm saying? But like a shorty, like we don't be in the room when they talking to they girls and be like, yeah, I found the nigga who's on there. He pretty cool, X, Y, and Z. You don't know. I think it may be an actual conversation, but I do think there are a lot of people that are making that excuse that you talking about. Though I ain't gonna hold you. I do.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like I've only had that conversation with a handful of people, and these are all people like I'm saying I've gone down that road with. Like we expect to have that conversation. I'm like other people. Like this girl was telling me, I'm like, ain't nobody tell you get on that fucking app. You fast as shit. You on all of them shits anyway. Like I'm saying, she tried to play coy. Like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? So what's Tinder? I'm like, I ain't blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? You buggers.
I ain't gonna hold you. I do got a question for Wesley. Cause like I've always had because I've heard about Grindr before, and this is where like my thought kind of gets like some sort of credence to it, right? So I've had this thought that like, all right, niggas is nasty. Like let's be real, like males, like regardless of sexuality, niggas is nasty, right? Like, and you can just look at the way that we act around women and all the jokes that we make amongst ourselves or whatever the hell. And you know what I'm saying? We try to be a little bit more civilized in public because we know that's uncouth and shit like that, right? But if it was just niggas on niggas, like there's no reason to be like couth. Like you get Grindr. Like, am I wrong? Like it's niggas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it depends. There's an age difference, like a generational gap. But yeah, people are. I mean, on Grindr, you go on Grindr, and I mean, I'm not on Grindr anymore, but I used to be on Grindr, and it was like most people are a headless torso. They're just showing their like abs or whatever. They're just chests, whatever. That's most people. Everyone is very like, some people are very forward. They're just forward, like I'm a racist, and they say crazy shit. They'll be like, chubby chaser, or they'll be like, no fatties, or they'll be like, no spice, no rice, or blacks only, or don't message me if your dick isn't 8 inches plus, or they say whatever, I'm looking for that fat ass, whatever. That's a big thing. And everyone is just like, some people aren't like that. Some people are complaining. Some people are confused on why they're on the app. They're like, oh, I'm just looking for friends and networking, and, or like, oh, looking for dating.
Grindr sounds a lot more like alt-right Tinder or some shit, like the way that you're describing.
I mean, they just maybe, honestly. And so I don't know. And then there's the messages. It's very common to just be messaged, and then someone just messages you like a picture of their ass or a dick pic, and that's the hello. That's the greeting for a lot of people. And that's where the conversation starts. That's a lot of people. Nothing. There's nothing else. Are you interested? A question mark, winky face, whatever. Different languages. I mean, yeah, it's a whole ass thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have you ever like said like the phrases, oh my god, I'm offended. Have you ever remember ever saying that?
No, I'm just no. Why would I say no? Because that's Grindr. That's what that's what Grindr is. That's what you expect.
Just like Craigslist. You know what you said.
Hey, just like, maybe when I was young, because a lot of people, they don't have like gay clubs or anything like that. They don't, whatever. And everything is changing because of the internet in general. So before, a lot of people, especially if you're young, you're confused, you don't know where to go. It can be a lot to take in, right? That's like your first sort of experience. And so that's kind of fucked up. And I remember being confused and like having weird shit like that. But I was never like, I'm offended. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Or like, I remember one time, I mean, I had some weird ass shit happen, but like when I was in Oregon, there was like a bunch of old white men that would try to hit on me, and they want me to be their baby dad. I'm like, this is a lot. I'm not doing this. And I would just block them, or I wouldn't say anything. I would just ignore them. One guy, you can set your pronouns and you can have custom pronouns. So this one guy, he hit me up and he said his pronouns were bitch. And he was like, it was so weird. And he was like, because he was trying to do this sort of like dominator or be submissive kind of thing. So he's like, my pronouns are bitch/hoe. And then like that's how he wanted to be referred to. So he was already going in trying to set up the sort of like kink play or whatever. And that was sort of the persona he like had. He was like very forward. This is what he wanted. That's who he's gonna be. You're not gonna know anything else about him. He's just gonna be like, so that was sort of what it was like. You hit the ground running for a lot of people. That's just but not everyone was like that. Like I said, sometimes people are confused or they're just, whatever. Or there's not a gay club to go to in the first place, right? So, you try whatever you can. So
No,
but I don't think
That's
Grindr's a whole hot ass mess. I don't
that's crazy, man. Oh shit.
I
That's
understand
crazy as shit. I don't know.
I understand that, but that's just crazy. Nah, I'm just saying it's this wild world that I always imagine it because I'm like, yo, to some degree, like when I'm talking to women, and I know there's always these thoughts where I'm just like, man, I'd rather just keep that shit in my head, you know what I mean? But like when you just is niggas on niggas, it's just like, yo, you just let it all out, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
see, look, I feel like if I was gay, I'm like, nah, you gotta talk to me nice, though. You can't come at me crazy.
real shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta be polite. We gotta start with a handshake. You know what I'm saying? There's gotta be some time, though. You ain't gonna fucking roll up on me crazy, no matter what.
That's what Match.com is for. Different app, different people,
different, yeah.
Oh,
different results.
Yeah.
Yep. That's like looking for work slacks and going on what's that website that Kim Kardashian and all the Insta hoes are always affiliating. No, not even Shane. Shane is like straight up that's a whole other thing. Fashion Nova. That's like going to Fashion Nova looking for a wedding dress when that's not what it's for. Fashion Nova is for when you go into Las Vegas. Like it's a completely different.
I know mad people that buy Fashion Nova just to be on some comfortable shit. Like I feel like Fashion Nova is kind of like becoming H&M. Like it's just like some shit that you just buy so that you can like be comfortable for a weekend and whatnot. Like it's not even some like.
I'm just saying the same customer and the same product are not going to be at Ann Taylor, Loft, or whatever, and at Fashion Nova. And it's the same thing with a dating app. You have apps that are for like people who literally are trying to be sugar daddies or sugar babies, and then there's people who are on I forget what the there's sites for every like culture. I know that there's I can't think of what it's called. Like there's even like plenty of fish in the sea. J-Date. I was on the subway. I was on the L the other day, and there's an app just specifically for people who are Muslim, and I can't remember what the app is, but the app was like the ad was so funny. It's like I don't even remember what it was, but it was like, how are you not on this app if you're Muslim? Like you're wilding. Like there's something out there for everybody, and
I mean,
you get what you sign up for.
Muslim, I feel like the Muslim one and J-Date makes sense. But there's like,
can somebody explain what J-Date is? I just need to know what J-Date
is. I think it's specifically
it's for Jewish folks.
Jewish folks.
Okay, when you say J-Date, I think about JPay, and I'm like, yo, they make an app for prisoners.
They got that too. They got whole dating communities of like, yo, son. Speaking of like funny you say that. Speaking of getting recommendations and fucking shit like this happening. Every time I go on Facebook, there's this tile, and it's like the biggest fucking tile there is like female inmates looking to connect for companionship. I'm like, nigga, why the fuck are you showing me this?
What I'm talking about.
I don't know, like the fuck. What was I looking up for you to send me this shit right now? I had to go on my
all they know is that
I had to go on my YouTube shit. I was like, what the fuck am I? Why would I want a motherfucking like? No, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody, no demographic in there that makes this shit make sense for me. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. I'm upset now.
But what does that tell you about that product? It is not being heavily invested in. In Instagram ads, on the other hand, how close do they feel to what it is that you didn't even know that you wanted? And the moment you saw it, you're like, you click on it immediately because they're like, damn, I want that. And you almost can't even tell the difference now between an ad and just some shit that popped up in your feed that you liked.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. I've been seeing some shit like randomly, like inventions that motherfuckers are making. I'll be like, yo, I need that. I need that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, randomly, it's like, if in the feed, niggas had some makeshift strap that helps motherfuckers carry mad groceries at the same time. I was like, nah, that's genius.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it though. I understand, but that I ain't gonna hold you. It's really making me think that we need to make an app for prisoners to date each other. Like this shit.
No, that's already a thing. There's apps because you know how all these people are obsessed with serial killers and just like
no.
What I'm saying is this. There's someone for everyone, and there's somebody who has filled that market. There are, I'm not even gonna Google it because I already know that there are websites that help people find who they want to be a pen pal for. Like, you don't just randomly know who's in prison, but there's a whole bunch of people who are like having whole-on relationships through letters, and now I'm sure like with it being 2022, prisons like they have access to technology, especially like I guess depending on where they're at and who they are. But yeah.
No.
You're right.
Chloe, I know for a fact that these communities exist and are large. There's always stories of dudes hooking up and they do the bid with the chick and she come out and like leave him in the parking lot type shit. Like I know it's a thing. My thing was like I was baffled at why they keep trying to make me sign up for this. Like
No, I'm not even saying that. What I'm saying is the fact that is an ad tells you one, that there's a market of people that they're trying to target, but it more importantly to me tells you how little resources Meta is putting towards Facebook at this time.